Ooh. Don't put me up on the screen. All right, let's go. What are you doing, Kay?
You're live.
All right, thank you. Let me see. Let it laugh for me. Let me find the right one. Um,
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know? A student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and by
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
I am from Washington, D.C., but I was raised in Durham, North Carolina. I came to Durham when I was about 5 or 6, and then I traveled back and forth to D.C. because it's where my people are from. One of the unique things about my family is my mother, she's also an artist. She does quilting, and she does a lot of artistic things, and then
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, indeed, this is the Donnie Glover Show. Yes, I know many of you came on this morning and you probably saw the Black Business Olympics, the Black Business Expo, and you probably were sitting there wondering, where is Donnie Glover? Where is BMO News? Where BMO News is always here as we get prepared to go into a special segment. And you know, as you were watching those commercials, I'm sure you were wondering, who in the world, what in the world? Yes, indeed. You know how I go. Every now and then, I sit in for the great, the powerful Donnie Morton Glover. You know, when you begin to talk about the Black Wall Street Awards, the Black Wall Street Awards was this past weekend. And oh, my, what a great awards program it was, as Donnie awarded the coveted Black Wall Street Awards. And, you know, for those who had an opportunity to come and participate, want to thank all of you because you truly are the stars in the galaxy of business, in the galaxy of progress, in the galaxy of greatness. And with that being said, we're going to go back to another commercial, because, you know, the reason that I'm here today is to look out there in the audience and ask a question. Who are you? Today, we're going to talk about the who, what, when, where, how, and why in business. I call them the 5 W's and their cousin, how. Who, what, when, where, why. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. And so we're gonna do the like I said, the 5 W's of business and their cousin, how. And so as we get prepared, want all of the people in the audience who are speakers, who are thinking about becoming speakers, who have businesses in Baltimore, in Richmond, in the entire area, all over the world, as a matter of fact, because the Black Business Network is awarding TV shows to business owners for the upcoming season. As we're going to be doing once a month, 12 months. I have to tell you, it's going to be more than awesome, as people all over the globe get an opportunity to speak. The Black Business Olympics has speakers from Australia, Singapore, of course, North America, South America, Latin America. And we're going to talk a little bit about that Latin America situation, because many times people don't even think about that Latin America or South America has more Black people, listen to me, than North America. That's got to be something to really dig into and talk about. But before we do any of this good talking, I want you as a business owner to give us an email at erickelly45@gmail. And again, email at erickelly45@gmail. The expo is going to be January the 16th through the 20th to the 21st. We'll do 7 days, and each one of those days, and I want you to listen, speakers, if you can speak on any of these topics. On Monday, we do business, encouragement, empowerment, and of course, inspiration. If you're a business owner and you can talk about how you started, what you had to do, why you're in business, who you are, and where your business is, that is the day that you want to talk about that on our Monday. Then, of course, on Tuesday, we do advertising, public relations, marketing, and merchandising and sales. So if you're a business owner and your industry is in the advertising business, it's in the marketing business, it's in the merchandising business, it's in the sales business, and if your business is a PR business or a media company, then on Tuesday is when we do that. And we'll have 12 speakers. That'll be speakers from 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So get your pencil ready, as I'm going to give you a phone number to call, because some lucky person today is going to get a free, when I say free, I mean free, a free season on the Black Business Network. So now on Wednesday, it is all about social media. So if your company is a social media company, if your company is a company in the metaverse, if your company is a company that's on the internet, if you have an app, this is where you want to be on Wednesday to talk about your company. Then on Thursday, we do diversity, equity, and inclusion. And when you do diversity, equity, and inclusion, you got to talk about different parts of business. You know, then on Friday is Generation H versus Generation Z. And what that means is that Generation X versus Generation Z is, how do you close the digital divide? That digital divide is sitting right there in front of you. How do you close it? How do you close it? That means we have young people. If you understand that the world right now, the average age is 29. So if you're in business and you're sending your company's business, or your plan or your vision is for clients who are 35 and 45, in 10 years from now, you will be obsolete. So we got to get that, we got to build that generational divide that keeps us from doing business with each other. When you begin to look at $1.6 trillion in the Black community, most companies are targeting our community. And if you think about being targeted, then that means that you have something value. And as my great grandfather used to say, if you don't value your value, then your value will not be valuable. So let's talk a little bit about that Saturday. Saturday is Black business and the culture. And what does that mean? That means writers, singers, dancers, musicians who are in business, not the singers that's singing, but the business part. You hear the word show business all the time. You deal with the business side of show business. And that's what Black business and the culture is. And then on Sunday, we do Black Business Sundays. And Black Business Sunday talks about your health and your wealth and talks about your spirit, talk about your life. So I want you to think about that this morning as we go to commercial break. And during commercial break, we want you to kind of think about what type of business are you in? And when you look at the type of business that you're in, I want you to look at why you exist, why you got up this morning, what is on your plate to make it happen. I always say what makes me so happy each day is that I woke up. That's my inspiration. And so as we go to our commercial break, I want you to think about your company, but more importantly, I want you to think about your business, because we at the Black Business Olympics are looking for you to be a part of what we're doing in 2023.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Yes, indeed. When you begin to think about what you're doing in business for yourself, we want you to think about the Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Olympics, as you saw earlier, shows you where the Black Business Olympics is going to be broadcast. We broadcast to about 18 outlets: Spotify, YouTube, Facebook. They're the free ones. But when you begin to look at where else we broadcast on Hulu, we broadcast on Roku, Amazon Fire, and then, of course, a host of other places that we broadcast. And What we're doing is we're building your digital footprint. We are building your digital footprint across the globe. For those who tuned in earlier, we did a spotlight on our speakers all over the globe. And we want you to know, if you're in business, you have to begin to think about, what is your reach? How do you reach your new clients and your new customers? I often talk about Black Wall Street. And of course, Donnie's book, Black Wall Street. If you don't have it, please purchase it. And also, you begin to look at all of the Black Wall Streets all around the world, you have to understand one thing. Why were they Black Wall Streets? The reason there were Black Wall Streets because we lived in a segregated society where on one side of the tracks were a group of people, and on the other side of the track was another group of people. So as we look at that, you have to understand why these Black Wall Streets existed. And one of the reasons these Black Wall Streets existed was because of people wanting to self-define and self-determine who they were and what they was going to do with their lives. And when you begin to talk about one of the oldest Black Wall Streets that started in the late 1800s, you got to talk about Durham, North Carolina, Black Wall Street. When you begin to talk about the Wall Street that was bombed, you got to talk about Tulsa Black Wall Street. When you begin to talk about one Black Wall Street was taken away, you got to talk about Seneca Village in New York City. You have to talk about Central Park and how Central Park used to be a Black Wall Street businesses. You got to talk about Brownsville. You got to talk about these places, but you must understand why these places existed and what the reason was for these places to exist. The reason was economic development. Economic development. That's why they existed. You know, I remember when I was a child and I could walk down to Pettigrew Street, and then later on we had Parrish Street, which was where everybody says Black Wall Street ended up being, but Parrish Street was across the railroad tracks, right in a place called Hayti. And you know, Hayti doesn't get the kind of prominence and the kind of name recognition as it should get, because Hayti, before Black Wall Street here in Durham, was a thriving Black community and a thriving Black businesses. You know, 103 business owners right here in Durham, North Carolina. And from Hayti on to Parrish Street. And so when you look at the other Black Wall Streets all over the world, you have to understand why they were destroyed and what happened after they were destroyed. Many people ask the question, well, you had Black Wall Street, why don't you have another Black Wall Street? Well, you have to understand, when these places was burned out, bombed out, and I call it urban renewal, or better yet, urban removal, when these things happened, Black people were not in a position to rebuild. You may say, well, you know, if you have a business for 10 years or you have a business for 20 years, why can't you rebuild? Well, many times when you're dealing in an economy that you're continually building that economy, and you're working every day and working every day and making it happen for you and your business, many times when you have a catastrophe, such as your building gets burned down, or you get bombed, or they move a highway through where you're living at, you don't have the money to rebuild. And many people don't talk about Jim Crow, redlining, and some of the other things that was going on during the same time. And so what happens is Black businesses or Black people decided to spend money in the least resistant kind of situation, which means they start buying products and services for other people. And once you start buying services and products for other people, and you stop building your community, because at that time, you know, the Black businesses was moving so rapidly, it seemed like it needed to be stopped because we were pushing the envelope of progress. And so with that being said, we want you to think today, where is a Black business that you can support? Where is a black business that you can go out and find today? Many people say that the black dollar revolves around in the black community for only 8 hours. And I submit that those 8 hours truly are 8 hours where the money actually sleeps in the black community. And when black people wake up after they get that check or after they earn some money, they go out and they buy products and services. And then many people would say, well, Eric, you know, we have to go buy products and services from somebody. Well, the wealth gap is $117,000 versus $17,000. Okay, think about that for a moment. It's $170,000 to $17,000. I want you to think about what I just said. If I walked up to you and said, hey, would you like $170,000 and you give me $17,000 and now let's compete economically? It does not happen. That is where the wealth gap is. So with that being said, I continue to say that if black people all over this country and all over the world would open up black businesses, then the wealth gap would disappear. And you probably say, I don't believe that, but think about it for a moment. If you have $1.6 trillion, okay, and the black businesses in this country represent $200 million, and one man has $300 billion, I should say $200 billion, and one man has $300 billion, it kind of gives you a capsule of what's going on. Yes, indeed. Think about that for a moment. One man in business has $100 billion than all of the black businesses in North America. Okay, so if all black people would open up a business, that would definitely change the economic struggle that black people are having in this country. Now, as we go a little bit further, I said I was going to talk about the who, the what, when, where, and why in business. The who, what, when, where, and why in business. And I want to attach to my conversation how. Okay? I call it the 5 W's and their cousin, how. Many of you are sitting out there today, and the first question, when you start a business or if you are actually in business, should be why. Why am I in business? Many times business owners open up, they start a business, and they're making or earning some money. And that money begins to come in with that business because you have a blueprint of what you want to do. Sometimes you see somebody else doing something, you say, oh, that's interesting. I possibly could do that for a business. And you start a business and you're earning some money in that business. It could be a hobby that you have. It could be something that you like to do, you know, and the question becomes, why did you start that business? The why is what gets you, and my phone will be ringing. The why is what gets you to a point where you can, gets you to a point of what is it, or what does it mean for you to be in business? Why did you start it? Did you start it because you saw somebody else, or is this a passion? And if it's a passion of yours, why is it a passion? This is the first question I want you to think about this morning as you look at your business. Why did I get started? Many people start businesses again because they see someone else. And those kind of businesses 10 years from now fizzle out. When you're doing a business and your passion is in that business, and you would do that business no matter what, and as some people would say, you would do that business for free, then you begin to get the why you're doing that business. And that is where I want you to start, because like I said initially, most people have a blueprint. But today, I want you to think about, what is your green print? And what I mean by your green print, that means what are you doing in your business to earn money? Are you working in your business on the 6 tiers or the 7 tiers, as I say sometimes? You know, are you a worker bee? Are you the manager? Are you the CEO? Are you the prophet for your business? Or are you the business? And I know many people say, you said the prophet for my business and the business. Well, are you the business? And then, of course, are you in sales? Are you in sales? Are you in sales of your business? And last but not least, are you the visionary of your business? The vision of your business is different from being the CEO of your business. The CEO is running the business. So ask yourself, are you all of these things? Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you are all of these things, then you're not, I want to say it again, even though you want to believe it, you're not in business. And what I mean by that is that if anything happens, you get sick, you have a stroke, something goes on in your family, anything that happens to you, your business stops. Another classic example, if you are in business, you say you're the CEO and you're the worker bee. If somebody needs some work to be done and you have to stop to go and do the actual work, that means that your business, for all practical purposes, have shut down. So let's talk about these levels. The worker bee, the manager, the person who manages. The worker bee must be paid. Okay, the manager must be paid. The CEO must be paid. The business must also earn some money because you got to run the business. And then profitability, you have to earn a profit. And many people don't get that part because they're thinking that they're the CEO, they're doing the work, they're managing the money, and everything is all right. That is not a business. That's a hustle. That's not a business. That's a hustle. So we must begin to think about our why, because our why gives us not only the energy, inspiration, and gives us the fortitude to get up early in the morning and prepare and plan. So the why is the most important. When I talk about why, I want to leave you with this on the why, and then I'm going to move into the who. Why did over 500,000 people go to Washington to march on Washington? Did they go because Martin Luther King, they liked him? Remember, they only had 3 television stations, and they had radio. And we had AM radios, okay? Why did they go and march on Washington? They went to march on Washington because of the why. And the why was economic justice. That's why everybody went. Remember, 20% was white people who went to the march. Okay, now let's move on to the who. Many times we start out with the who we are. Who we are. What is our skill set? What is so special about who I am in business? The who you are is very important because the who is what transforms what the why is. So I want you to start thinking about what makes you the who in your business. What makes you the who in your business is research. How many of you out there in business today have done the research on your industry to figure out who is the number one, and that is that word again, who is the number one business in your industry? The number one business in your industry is who? Okay, when you understand who the number one business is, and many people would say, oh, no, I don't want to copy nobody else's business. I want to be special. I want to be my own business. You're missing the point. You're going in business to earn a living, not to play with a living, not to be a faddish image, but to earn. And so many times, all of the mistakes that have been made has been made by the who is number 1, 2, or 3 in your industry. So the who is to go and to look at who's number one and number two, and to mirror what they're doing so that you can become profitable. Now let's move from the who to the what. Okay, what type of business am I in? Do you really know? Have you ever sat back and said, what type of business am I in? Am I in the beauty business, a $697 billion business? Am I in the service business? Am I in the advertising business, the sales business? What business am I in? And again, this goes back to the research, the development, to be relentless on understanding why I'm in business. And then the when. Many of us have pushed off and pushed on the shelf, when we're going to get started. I am going to say to you today, when is now. When is right now. Stop sitting there thinking about what you're going to do, because the richest space on the planet is the graveyard, where many millions of minds are in the graveyard with ideas that can change the world. So today, I want you to step up and attack when. Now, the next one is very interesting, because the where. Where am I going to start? Where am I going to start my business? What city? What neighborhood? What country? What county? Where am I going to start my business? Where? Right where you are. If you listened to me earlier, I said to you that if Black people with their $1.6 trillion, if all Black people would open up a business today, the wealth gap would disappear. Banks would loan you some money when you have something to share with them that can earn you some money. So the where is right where you are today. Now, the cousin, how? Yeah, Dr. Kelly, you talked about why I should start. I know why I'm starting my business. You talked about who I am, my education, and my researching and who I am. You talk about what the kind of industry that I'm looking at. You talked about when, and you talked about where, but the question becomes how. Some people would say by any means necessary. I say how is important is because we have to do something a little different. And that's to do the research. Many times you open a business and you got a friend that wants to work with you. They have the same kind of idea. You have another friend that works with you. They have the same idea. And then you have a team of people working with you, and all of them have great ideas. But the question becomes, how are you going to do it? What is your operating system? Many times I talk about people like your Bill Gates who spent $50,000 for an operating system, even though people don't even deal with the fact that he was working with Macintosh in their marketing department. So he had the who, he had the why, he had the when, he just didn't have the where, but he had the how. That is the question you got to ask yourself. I talk about people like Madam C.J. Walker, who in a time, think about it, in a time before redlining, in a time of Jim Crow, was the wealthiest woman in the Black community, a millionaires. And many people don't look at her story. And when you look at her story, she had one thing that many Black people don't even understand. She married a man who was in advertising and marketing. And them as a duo conquered an industry. So when I say the how, you got to look at what we are putting on the table for you with the Black Business Olympics. It's basically set up like a university and a business plan for you to look at, and so you can see the different aspects of what people do in business. Now, I know many of you are wondering, when you turn on this TV today, because I call it TV. Why this message? Why the who, what, when, why, and how? Why was that given to you this morning? Because many of you are living in a world without the how. Many of you are living in a world without the why, the who, the when, the what, or the where. And you're successful, super successful. But if you take the who's number one in your industry, and watch them and study them, you'll learn that they're the who because they did the research, that they were relentless, and they understood people. The number one commodity on this planet is people. And if you don't understand that, you're missing the boat. Now, before I get out of here, and it seems like we are moving so very, very rapidly, I talked about the Black Business Expo, but I didn't talk about my how, my why, my where, my who, my when, and what I do. I'm an innovator. I'm an artist. I draw and I paint. That's who I am. Even though I'm the founder of the Black Business Olympics, who and why do I exist? And the reason I exist is to share information, to be a connector, and to serve my community. And so what we're going to do right now, we're going to go to a commercial break, and we're going to just sit back and relax. And when I come back, I want you to write this number down, 919-308-9090, when you want to be on our network.
I am from Washington, D.C., but I was raised in Durham, North Carolina. I came to Durham when I was about 5 or 6, and then I traveled back and forth to D.C. because it's where my people are from. One of the unique things about my family is my mother, she's also an artist. She does quilting, and she does a lot of artistic things. And then my son, he draws with both hands, his right hand and his left hand, like I do. So that's kind of a family trait. And then my other son, he's a videographer, and my daughter, she works.
Watch the show.
She's a regional vice president for Sunglass Lab. When you start out drawing and sketching, you want to continue to explore, each avenue. I do pastels, I do pen and ink, I do painting, I do acrylics. I haven't done oils yet, but I try to do all facets of art. What I say to a lot of times to people is, you can't put yourself in a box when you're an artist. You have to explore. And over the course of my life, I've tried to explore different mediums. I also do sculpture as well. I choose my subjects by the intensity that they have in their faces, or the intensity that somebody is moving, because I do more than portrait drawings. I also do I do abstract, and then I do figurative drawing also. What happened in this particular show is that I started out trying to come up with something that would be a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. So I was working on a Barack Obama show, and they wanted me to do some paintings of Barack. And so what I did was, because of the deadlines, I kind of did it kind of fast. And then I realized when I was doing it fast, I enjoyed it. And so then I started doing other pieces the same way, and I started to enjoy those pieces also. And so I came up with this particular style. And it's a style of lines and colors. And what's interesting is that when I was in college, I did a show called Lines, Colors, and I talked about the boldness of the blacks, the hotness of the whites, and this is how this has come about, later on in my life. And the colors comes from a lot of the entertainers that I work with, where they wear different colors. They don't wear, your plain reds or your whites. They wear different colors, and so that's also another piece of what's giving me the colors. The subtitle of this show is Faces That Speak Life. That's real critical. Faces that speak life. Each one of these pieces is a life source and a life energy that's being put on display for people that are looking at them. You know, I always say in terms of my art, it's not important that I draw them. It's important what you get out of what I draw. You know, I don't try to just draw it because you like it. People wanted me to do prints. I didn't do prints. You know, people asked me to do different people, but the people that I choose are people that make a difference in the lives of people in the world. So the human landscape idea was, again, as I say, the lines represent your emotions, it represents your ideas, and it represents your journey as a human being. And that's why you get the different pieces and the different looks. And as you notice, I try not to do one look that looks alike another look. And that's what's the most important part of this show.
And of course, as I do that, a lot of times people ask the question, you just talked about business. You just talked to us about how to do business. And what I always say to them is, you know, what is my why? My why do I exist is to be an artist, to be a service to people all over the globe. And so I wanted people to see the other side of what I do, because at the end of the day, we are who we are. You can't change who you are. That's why it's so important for you to look at the who, what, when, why, and how of your business. And of course, I definitely want to say to all the people who have done comments, I want to say hello to Dr. Madeline Lewis. Hey, Madeline Lewis down there, you know, in Baltimore, DC area. And then, of course, we had a comment from Michael Randolph down in Tampa. Yes, indeed. Good morning down from Tampa. And then, of course, we had Quandra R. Gaines. Yeah, Miss Gaines, good morning to you also. And thank you for the great good mornings this morning as we look at all the things that are going on. You know, we definitely want to say to you, if you're out there and you're in business, January the 16th through the 22nd, 2023 is a chance for you to be on the Black Business Olympics. And for those of you who have not been on the Black Business Olympics, you know, we about 7 minutes in. And so with 7 minutes to go, I want to play this commercial one more time. And for those of you out there who don't really understand why we do it, you know, it's not so much what we do, but why do we do it? We do it to raise scholarships for students. We do it to raise scholarships for students. We do it to raise scholarships for students.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also by becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Yes, indeed. And we definitely want to say to Lotus Richey of Lotus Richey Ignites, thank you for that commercial. She does an outstanding job. Hopefully you got her number and you give her a call so that she can do an outstanding commercial for you. But more importantly, we want to say to all of the business owners who have been a part of the Black Business Olympics, thank you so very much for sharing your greatness. Thank you for thinking enough of what we do to do what we're doing. In January, the 16th through the 22nd will be the first one of the year. Want business owners to understand, one of the challenges that many people have is advertising, marketing, merchandising, public relations, and sales. And here's an opportunity for you to walk into a opportunity. And you ask yourself, as many times we don't ask ourselves, why did we see this broadcast today? Why did we get this message today? Why are we here? And I want to submit to you, you're here because this is a message for you as a business owner to begin to think about, how do you get to the next level? How do you build your company? How do you grow your company? This is an opportunity for you to come in and be a part of something great. Our goal is to do 365 days live. And I want you to understand that that's what this is all about. Our network is a live network. It's not like anybody else's network. It is a live network. So when we broadcast live, not only do we broadcast live, but we also run the show 30 days after the show. So imagine you giving a presentation that's seen globally. And that presentation not only seen globally, it's seen for another 30 days leading up to the next time that you get a chance to speak. When you watch television and you watch the sitcoms and you see one after another, and it's once a week, what we're saying to you is we don't want to put the pressure on you for once a week. We want to put the pressure on you for once a month. They talk about a diamond and they say it's the hardest stone in the world. But before you get that diamond, there must be some pressure put on that coal to turn it into a diamond. And once that diamond is a diamond, it's still not a perfected diamond until you get the cut. And once that cut happens, then you become that great and powerful diamond, that great and powerful business. That's why we're here today. And for those of you who want to know or want to be a part of the Black Business Olympics, if you look right there, you see, email Eric Kelly III, erickelly45@gmail.com. The Olympics is 16th through the 22nd, and there is a telephone number. And I'm going to get out of here. We got 1 minute to go. And what I like to say to everybody, and to, yes, the all-powerful, the great and powerful Donnie Morton Glover. Donnie, thank you for allowing me to come on your platform this morning and say hello and how everybody is doing, and to share some wisdom, to share some information about the Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Yes, the world. And as we get ready to get out of here, I want everybody to understand that today is your day. The day is your day to make a change. Today is your day to do something you've never done before. And, just as the great, and I talk about, the Wizard of Oz, the only thing that Dorothy had to do really was to open her eyes. She was dreaming. So don't you dream today. Be a part of something that exists more powerful than anything that you've ever done. And that is be a part of who you are. Be a part of what you can do. Thank you. And we'll see you on the other side. And as I always say, what you're looking for is looking for you. Thank you. And I'll see you the next time.